What should I do? I tried to tell the authorities, but they're not taking this seriously. I saw his face clearly though. Should I just put this up online? But I'm scared. What if people start seeing me differently?
Amanda is not the only victim of sexual harassment. There are many cases happening around the world and in Singapore universities as well. As more sexual offenders are getting caught out online, we wanted to find out if cancel culture is effective in deterring sexual harassment in universities. Just to give you guys a bit of a background, cancel culture is a perceived trend on social media of mass shaming and cancellation. While it is a boycott of influencers, politicians, and actors who appear to have morally unacceptable opinions, it is a form of protest and a tool for the public to seek social justice. In 2019, 35% of women around the world experienced physical or sexual violence. In the United States alone, 65% of all women surveyed had experienced street harassment. In Singapore, 26% of females and 9% of males have reported to encounter sexual harassments. While in local universities alone, there were 56 reported cases from 2016 to 2019, with most being cases of voyeurism. The increase of reported cases could be the effect of the constant use of smartphones. Cameras on mobile phones have allowed us to constantly document our activities online and on social media. Algorithms fuel feedback loops, and it shows people what they want to see and effectively creating an echo chamber effect. The rapid dissemination speed online has also resulted in news being shared more easily and rapidly. On Facebook itself, 54,000 links were shared worldwide every 60 seconds. The Me Too movement was one such online movement that raised awareness of sexual harassment issues around the world. It provided a source of solidarity for sexual harassment victims, and with 30,000 Me Too tweets in 24 hours, it was considered highly successful. 1/3 of executives have also reported changing their behavior to prevent themselves from being perceived as sexual offenders. In 2019, a NUS student, Monica Bay, took to Instagram to write about her encounter of getting filmed in the shower. It sparked a national debate because she called out her perpetrator, Nicholas Lim, as well as the Institute for the Unsatisfactory Actions Taken. This resulted in NUS enacting harsher punishments for sexual offences and fostered the creation of safer campuses. To know if cancel culture is effective in deterring sexual harassment in universities, we conducted qualitative interviews with 24 students from NTU to find out their opinion and thoughts on cancel culture. To compare if there is a difference in opinion between the students and the public, we did content analysis on Facebook comments and forum threads that discussed sexual harassment cases in universities. Our findings from students in NTU revealed that cancel culture is largely ineffective in deterring sexual harassment among students. Out of 24 respondents, 15 will not engage in discussions as they believe that sharing their views could lead to negative perceptions of themselves. 3 would do so anonymously to prevent discrimination, while the remaining 9 have no qualms about sharing posts on social media to shed light and engage with the issue. Also, respondents will largely seek help from the authorities if they were victims of sexual harassment, as they believe that legislation is still more appropriate. Next, only 8 respondents mentioned that they would share their experience only in the event of inadequate actions taken by authorities to get justice served. The remaining chose not to, citing that these issues are too private and their reluctance to be placed under public scrutiny and discussion. If they were to see someone engaging in sexual offences in public, 15 respondents mentioned that they would record down the incident and will hand the footage over to the authorities directly, and they chose not to put up the video online. Only 2 of them will do it, as they feel that the legislation takes too long to respond. We also noted down how active respondents were online and found out that there were no correlation between their activity and them engaging in cancel culture. University students also felt that cancel culture should be used to force institutes to be more transparent with regards to sexual offences committed on campus, noting that there only seems to be uproars when there is a lack of action taken by the authorities. Majority of the respondents are also more interested in seeing justice being served. To conclude, majority of our respondents felt that cancel culture is not an appropriate form of punishment. Some respondents also felt that cancel culture might increase sexual harassment cases as it causes offenders to be more aware and they could hide their traces better. Meanwhile, others felt that cancel culture is too harsh a punishment as it causes the perpetrators and their family to be shamed and lose their privacy. For the public, however, it appeared that the public were more vocal about their thoughts when it comes to sexual harassment cases in universities. Most of the comments called out the universities and the legislations for their less than satisfactory responses when dealing with sexual harassments. They also viewed the legislation system and the institutes as flawed and inadequate in their responses to dealing with sexual harassment cases. Awareness was also raised for sexual harassment cases in universities as many offered support and praised the victims for speaking up. They also called for a change to the laws to ensure that offenders are duly punished. However, the public also cited disapproval of calling out perpetrators online, saying that he should be punished by the law rightfully instead of by the public. As much as the public wants justice served, they felt that public shaming should not be the right way to punish the offender. There were also cases of victim shaming, with a forum set up to support Nicholas Lim and shame Monica Bay. Derogatory phrases such as pretentious, shrew, and wailing widow were used. People also attacked her cause of study. To conclude, cancel culture has limited effectiveness in universities itself since students are very much afraid of others' perceptions on them and are afraid that effects of cancel culture will be retargeted back at them. When brought out to the wider public, however, much more discussion will be generated. While this has greater effectiveness when it comes to pushing for change in authorities and legislations, online bullying on both the victim and perpetrator are also intensified, since harsh comments and unpopular opinions are usually hidden behind online personas and anonymous identities. With that, we hope that everyone stays vigilant, woke, and safe. Thank you.